welcome to the fourth project of the 12 projects of Christmas. Hope everybody had a good day. I had an extremely busy day, but here we are. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this up. And I can see your comments and see who's on. And is Facebook going to give me fits today and not let me find my video? It says I'm live. Hello, Jennifer. Okay, why can I not find the video? Come on, Facebook. Okay, come on. It's going to be one of those days. There we go. Okay. All right. Hi, Laura. Hi, Jennifer. Woo! I don't know how all your days were, but I've been running since I got out of bed at 7:30 this morning. Oh, man. I've got a notification and I'm hoping that it's not going to shut my computer down, because that would really make me mad. Okay, let's get out of there. No, okay. Well, hopefully, I had one of those HP Assistant important notices. So I'm hoping that it doesn't shut me down to update or some stupid thing like that. All right. So we're going to use the Classic Cloche bundle tonight. And if you haven't already purchased it, the stamp set you'll want to purchase separately from the dies, because the dies right now are on sale at half price at $14.50 rather than the $29 that they were. So that will save you a significant amount of money over the bundle price. And let me see if I can figure out which page in the catalog you can find them on, because I didn't have time to do that. They are on page 67 in the January or the July to December holiday mini. All right. So whether you're joining me live or you're watching on the replay, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's, I know Tracy won't be here with us tonight because she was A, fighting a nasty, nasty headache, she said, and B, she is statistician for the Sheridan High School basketball team, and they had a game tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be using the Classic Cloche. I guess we are using the dies. And then we're also going to be using the Ever Eden Designer Series paper. You guys, I didn't check to make sure that this was still available, but I didn't see it on the not orderable list when I looked yesterday, so hopefully you can still get it if you haven't. These are the these are 6 of the patterns, and then these are the other 6 patterns that are on that paper. Okay, so the colors in this are Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen and Whisper White, and then there's some gold foiling throughout that paper. All right, I actually have 2 projects tonight, but the second project is kind of just making over the first project. So I've done most of the work for that. And let's go ahead and get started with project number 1. Okay. So I'm going to start with a card base of Soft Succulent, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Then we've got a piece of basic white, which I have cut with the second to the largest Scallop Contours dies. Okay. And we're going to use that for the inside of our card, so we can set those aside. I have a 1/2 inch by, let's see, oh my goodness, where's my measurement? I don't know. Half inch by 3.5 piece of the Designer Series paper. I have a piece of the Ever Eden DSP, and I cut this at 3 3/8 by a hair less than 4 11/16. Okay. And then we have a piece of the Evening Evergreen. This is a 1/4 sheet, and we're going to cut this with the largest Scallop Contour die. And then we also have a piece of the gold paper from the Rose Gold and Gold 6x6 paper pack. And this is how this comes. This is in the annual catalog. And you get 4 sheets each of the 6x6 in the rose gold and the gold, and it has a lovely texture to it. So we'll be using that. And then I did not grab a piece of soft suede, which we will need a scrap of soft suede. And we're going to cut that down because we just need a real small piece. All right, let's go ahead and cut our soft suede. Move our pieces out of the way here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do my die cutting first. And I think this is all I need to die cut this. And we'll be cutting from the gold this detailed piece. Okay. Let me just move these things out of my way here. All right. I want to set these too far because then they'll go away and I won't be able to find them. All right. So let's grab the cut and emboss machine. And we're going to have plate 1, plate 2, and plate 3. Then we're going to take that piece of Evening Evergreen. And we're going to put that through at an angle. And I'm going to try and cut this at the same time. Okay, so I want you to notice I've already put adhesive sheet on the back of my rose, or on the back of my gold piece. So I'm going to just lay this right along there. And stick my top plate on. And then I'm going to crank that through. There we go. My paper moved. All right. Now let's move that out of the way. And get out our pieces here. Okay, so I've got that. Set that aside. And I just take, when I have these pieces stuck on my plate, I just take a scrap piece of cardstock and swipe them right into the trash. Okay, let's get those out of the way. That out of the way. All right, now these will just pop right out of here, all of these. My little hanging chads. And then we've got this. And we're just going to poke these out. And they tend to hang up just a little bit because of the backing that's on the adhesive paper. Go ahead and pull those out. Now I'm sure if you wanted to, you could find something really cool to do with those little pieces. But that's not going to be... Hello, Lynette. Thanks for joining. All right, so we have that. And then we need piece of soft suede, and this is going to be cut at 5/16. Okay, so that's going to be 5/16. It's just a hair smaller than 3/8. Right? 2, 4/16 is a quarter, 5/16. This should be right what I need right here. Okay, and I need that to be by 2 3/4. All right. So we're going to go ahead and add this detailed piece to the soft suede. And lay that right down there like that. And give it a press, and I want that to stay put, so I'm going to give it a burnish with my bone folder. And then I'm going to set that aside because we're done with that. All right, so let's get our, oh, we have more die cutting to do. Oh, poo. I got all that stuff out. Crazy me. What did I do with my stitch rectangles? Okay, we're going to be using the stitch rectangles. And we're going to cut the third largest stitch rectangle out of here. Man, you guys, I thought I had all these things cut. I knew I didn't cut the contour die, but I thought I had all this stuff cut when I ran in from town right before we ran out to get kids from school and go get our tree. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this. Remember, that's the third largest of the stitch triangles. Okay. Now I think we're done with that. All right, so let's put my triangle away. Now we can stamp on this. And you could keep this to use this as a matte layer. Even though it has the center cut out, it'll work perfectly for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to stamp our sentiment in Evening Evergreen. Our sentiment is from the Classic Cloche. And it says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this at the bottom. Okay. And next we're going to take our little layer here, and that's going to give us a little bit of an idea of where we're going to stamp this. And we're going to stamp our cloche in Smoky Slate. Just going to stamp that right here. And then I'm going to take the little knob and stamp that right on top. Just like so. Okay, we're finished with the Smoky Slate ink. And then we're going to move to our village scene. And we're going to stamp this in basic gray. And we're going to stamp that right about there because I want it to look like there's a snowy hill at the bottom. And next, we'll stamp our trees, the fill-in for the trees. And we're going to do that in Sahara sand. And we're going to do that second generation. I'm going to ink that up, stamp it off on a piece of scrap. And then I'm going to line that up. So I try to line up my windows and the peak of the roof on this. And what you want to do is hover until you think you've got it right. And then stamp it down. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to stamp the outline of the houses in cherry cobbler. And as you can tell, my houses are pretty stained at the moment. Again, I'm going to hover until I think I've got that lined up. Not bad. It's not perfect, but it's all right. Okay. Then we're going to take our little snow, which I forgot to get out. Got these tiny little dots of snow. Or you could use them for whatever you wanted. They could be polka dots. I'm going to use them as snow. And again, I'm going to stamp these second generation. So I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on my project. And I'm just going to go around and fill these in. All right, so now I've got snow in my little cloche. And I'm ready to add right here. Ooh, my brain just went solid lost for a second. And I'm just going to put this right underneath here. I'm going to add that with a little bit of liquid glue if I can get the liquid glue to work. This bottle is just about empty. And now I got glue on my hands. I'm just going to set that right along that line and center it from left to right. Okay. And this is now ready to add to its other pieces. But first, we're going to put these pieces on the card. So let me grab those other pieces I said I hope I don't lose. Right here. my card base? There it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base. Oh my, what did I do with my foam folder? I didn't set it where I usually set it, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. I always check to see if there's a, if I didn't get it folded perfectly, and then I always put the longer side in the front if there is one. This one doesn't appear to have one. So I'm going to go ahead and layer this on here. And I'm going to use some liquid glue because it has a very, very thin margin. And I want to be able to slide it into place. Okay, there we go. That 3 3/8 by a hair less than 4 11/16 fits almost perfectly in that area. Okay, so we can go ahead and add this to our card now. Let's grab some Stampin' Seal, and I should have grabbed a refill. I can tell I'm gonna run out. Maybe I'll get lucky though. All right, so let's go ahead and center this on here. And then we're going to add this with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And if I'm mailing a card, I want to make sure that it is not going to sag, so I tend to use quite a few Stampin' Dimensionals just to keep that from sagging. Okay, and this card is nearly done. Just going to pop that up there. Like so. And then I'm going to grab our bow jig. And some linen thread. And I'm going to make a double bow. And then we'll take this and a glue dot. And we're going to roll that glue dot into a little log. And I'm going to put that right there. And put our bow on. Trim up those ends just a smidge. And grab my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to just go along the edges of the rooftops just to give some sparkle of snow on the roof line. And then just a little down here. And I'm sure you can't see that, but it looks beautiful. Okay, so for the inside of our card, oops, I just lost some important pieces. For the inside of our card, we have the scallop center, and I stamped in Cherry Cobbler, The Magic of Christmas Never Ends, and then I stamped, actually you want to stamp your birds first, and I stamped those in Sahara Sand in Second Generation, and then I stamped The Magic of Christmas Never Ends over the top. And then this piece needs to be 2 13/16 by 1/2 inch. And I know that's not right because I think I was doing something different on the inside of this card. Oh, I was. But we're going to do this. So we're just going to cut it. 2. Let's see, 2 13/16. So 2 13/16 is 3/4 is 12/16. Yeah. And so we want to go one tiny little smidgen past the next mark up. Okay. And then this should fit perfectly. No, it doesn't. I didn't measure correctly. Oh my goodness. It's going to be one of those nights, I can tell. Okay. 4, 8, 12 is, yeah. So did I not get this one right again? 2 13/16 by 1/2. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Did I not measure it correctly? No, I measured it correctly. What is this number? Maybe. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's 3/4. I gotta go under the 3/4. I need 11/16. I wrote it down wrong. Yep. 2 11/16. And then that should fit perfectly, except it's got just another smidgen more. There we go. I just snipped off a hair. Come on. Fine. We'll just use Stampin' Seal. Snuggle that right in there. And then we can add this to the inside of our card. Okay? Stampin' Seal. And this card is finished. Okay. And for the envelope, I stamped the birds from that stamp set on the envelope. Okay, so that's that one. Now, I decided to take this one step just a little bit further. And if the gift card holder that was made last night was a little bit too much work, but you still need a gift card holder, we're going to revamp the project from last night to make a gift card holder for this card. Okay, so I'm starting with that same base that I had last night. And what did I do with those measurements? No. Okay, so I cut it at 5.5 by 9, and we're going to score at 3.25. And 7.5. And hopefully you can see that. 7.5. Yes. Okay. All right. Now I didn't pre-make this card, so I hope it works great. That's my caveat. Okay. So last night's card we did this way, right? Well, tonight's card, we're going to have this piece on the left. Okay, and it's going to go like this. But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to stamp our inside and put that in. Okay, so let's get our inside piece. Okay. Oh yeah, and I needed you guys to help me with this one. I don't know if this is going to work, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Well, it will if I just don't glue that down. Okay, we'll just not glue it down all the way. It'll still work. We're going to make it work. All right, so I've already pre-stamped and put together this, but I need you guys to tell me on this piece, should we use this side of the Designer Series paper, the speckled side? Let me get this down here, lay it down. The speckled side. Okay, that's what that looks like. Or shall we use the other side of the paper and do it like so? Thanks you guys for the compliments on the card. Love that. Okay, so go ahead and comment and tell me whether you think it should be. Let me hold this up. I'll hold it up a little closer so you can see. Should we use the soft succulent and gold side? Or a speckled side. Speckled, second side, gold side, foil side. Okay, so it looks like I've got, okay, so it looks like everybody pretty much except for Jennifer is going for this side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to my piece. And I don't have the liquid glue this time, so I got to be extra careful when I put this down. Okay. And again, I'm going to take and use some Stampin' Dimensionals to add this. Move those backings. And then we can add this to the front. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the speckled side so we get to see both sides of the paper on the inside here. And I'll just set this down on the bottom here. And this piece again is 2 11/16 by 1/2 inch. And we're going to put this right in here, just like that. And that actually is going to go just like that. So let's move it clear over to the edge. You might want to use the next smaller scallop contour. I'm going to go ahead and put this right along here though, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put some tear and tape on the bottom 2 edges. Or the, sorry, along the top and the bottom edges here. And peel off my backing. And then I'm going to lay that down and burnish it up. And now I've created a gift card pocket, or you could stick some cash in there if you choose. And then we can go ahead and add, oh, we got to add some designer series paper along here, which I did have cut. Where did it go? Oh my goodness. What did I do with that piece? No, this is not it, but we can recut this. Okay, we'll just cut this down to 1 7/8. This should be 1 7/8 by 5 3/8, which it is. So we're going to do 1 7/8. Not sure what happened to the piece I had cut. Oh, this is it. Okay, so apparently my measurement's not correct. Okay. Oh my goodness. So this is 1 1/2. So I need 1 5/8. No. 1 3/8. Oh, my brain. And then it will fit in here perfectly. Okay. So I think with this one, we're going to go ahead and use the gold foiled side again. And we'll just put this in here like so. And then we'll add this to our card front, but we're not going to put any adhesive on these two scallops to the left. Okay? All right, and then we'll just center this up. Before we give it a press, we'll make sure we don't have any adhesive, and we don't. Nor do I have it straight. Hang on. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put that down. All right. And now here's our other card. It opens backwards from what you're used to, but you have this little gift card holder right there. Okay? Now, if you wanted it to open the other way, you could have put this on like this, and it would open, and you would have your gift card holder over here. But that's not how I wanted it to go. So, something a little different. And again, a matching envelope from the same set. And so this is project 4 of the 12 projects of Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and add my little bow. Oh, great. I'm so glad you guys like this. And I hope you're enjoying the 12 projects of Christmas. I know I am. It gets a little hectic trying to get it all in, but I've had so many ideas rolling around in my brain. Okay, so let's get another glue dot. Oh, good. I'm really glad you guys like that. I hope you find them useful. It's a really quick and easy way to turn your card into a gift card holder. And then you don't have to go and buy any of those little gift card holder things. The recipient will love that you took the time to make them something special. All right. So, that's it from me tonight. And I will be back hopefully tomorrow with another project. Tomorrow is tree decorating day. We got the tree in the stand and got some water in it tonight, and that's as far as we went. So tomorrow we will be decorating, and hopefully I have that all done and I can take a break and jump on and show you a project. Not sure what we'll do tomorrow. I have several projects already prepared, so we'll grab something. Hopefully I won't decide that I need to, you know, revamp like I've done every night for the last 3 nights. All right, everybody. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.